There we go.
I will say
That'll
though,
do.
neural networks as a way to render graphics is something that is genuinely fascinating, assuming it doesn't just fall by the wayside, which it probably will.
I hope so. I don't hope that it falls to the wayside. I hope that it gets utilized properly. It would be interesting. The thing that excites me about like Nvidia and they're pushing forward is, and you can probably also attest to this, Bix, is
Yeah?
the thing that excites me is technology increasing at such a rate that it makes it more accessible to make games, less demanding on part of the developers.
Oh yeah,
You know what
that's
I mean?
something I'll definitely agree with.
Like, the fewer limitations that you can put towards what I draw on the page and what actually gets put into the engine is always going to be, that's going to ultimately be what pushes progress forward. The less roadblocks that you can put in place for art to for art to properly get put into the game, damn, the better it's going to be for everybody. Because there's always going to be the question of like, how much can we put, sorry, I'm drawing as I'm saying this, so many words. The easier you make it for games to be made, the more games will be made and the better the quality of it will be. The harder it is to make games, and the more like obtuse the methods for getting things to work properly, it's just gonna be, it's always gonna be a fight uphill with like sacrificing your artistic vision for what you can put in the game as opposed to what you want to and what you're able to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Running things consistently through the neural network is rather expensive, but its cost is constant, so it'll only be used when a ton of things are on the screen. At least that's how it was pitched to me by my AR dev buddy. Okay. That's interesting too. Like, when I think about the types of things that I want to improve in games, the thing that I've always said is I want graphics to more or less stay the way they are now, and they don't need to get all that much better. Especially when you look at like first-party Sony stuff, looks incredible a lot of the time. What I want is for, yeah, more to be able to be put on the screen at any one given time. Like, remember the feeling the first time that you played Dead Rising 1?
It was
and you're
impressive.
like, oh my,
that's a lot of
dude,
zombies.
holy it's still kind of impressive.
Right?
I want to be able to do more with that, but also I want AI to improve substantially. I want for whatever the increase in technology to be, I want that to come across in gameplay systems rather than graphical fidelity. That's what I'll always want to happen.
We're in a bad spot here.
I notice.
I think it might be time for us to get some real armor.
Well, you remember what we said before. Armor is going to be hard to come by in this area.
Yeah. Those words rang out through my head just now.
Not impossible, but difficult. It probably would not surprise you to learn that we're gonna have a Yao Guai picture. Because Yao Guai are the thing that's popping into my memory right now.
And the thing that's killing me repeatedly.
One and the same.
They're going to be the mascot of the stream until we finish Honest Hearts, probably.
There's a good chance. Yeah, you know, I think I don't know. I'm I don't know if I would say I don't think I've been necessarily impressed with graphical fidelity in a long time. Like the thing that impresses me is a good art style.
Mm-hmm. You and me both.
I still think that like Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild are some of the prettiest games that I've seen, and they're definitely not pretty in terms of amount of polygons being pushed or resolution, I guess. But what they are impressive is just how cohesive the art style is.
And here's the thing,
How-
right? Is that real life is ugly. Give me cartoons. That's what I want.
Well, I know that you in particular are real big on the cell shading.
Mm-hmm.
I need some sort of caption for this, and I can't figure out what I want it to be. This Yao Guai looks real bad, but it's okay.
It's fine.
Don't worry, everybody. I'm trying to figure out a way to get across the texture of the Yao Guai. Nope, that's not gonna work. Joel writes, the remake of Demon Souls is so pretty. I don't plan on getting a PS5, but it's tempting. Dude, I will say that that the Demon Souls footage that they put out looked real nice, and I'm like, oh man, I could really go for a new Souls game. And granted, it's not a new Souls game, but you know, it will be new enough. I have not played Demon Souls personally, because I was waiting for a remake to come out, and I'm like, I really hope that remake comes out on the PC.
Yeah?
Yeah, I hoped that. I had once hope. I once had hope about these things. I really hope that okay, so there is still talk about. I mean, there's always talk about Bloodborne coming to PC, and I'm okay with that. I don't know if it will. I assume that it will, but I don't know. I would really like for that Demon Souls to come out to PC, because yeah, man, PS5 is one of those things where I look at it and I'm like, well, what do I want for PS5? I want Demon Souls, I want Harry Potter, and I want Spider-Man PS5, which hasn't, not the Miles Morales one, but the sequel is going to be, I imagine, exclusive to PS5. And I don't know if that's enough for me to spend the $500. Certainly not right now. I literally can't afford it. But it's so tempting. Spider-Man made me so happy this last generation. It was the best time that I had on that console for sure. And I'm looking forward to the sequel. I really am. And of course, yeah, we love Souls games over here. And Demon Souls is one of those. I've seen it played. I've seen like a full run through of it. And I'm interested in what's going on. I've always wanted to be able to play it, but I still don't have a copy of it. That gameplay though, it did look like astoundingly gorgeous. It didn't look like something that necessarily couldn't have been done on the PS4. Like it's definitely more or let me put it this way. What they showed, I don't think could have been done on the PS4, but I think the feeling that I got watching that was the same feeling that I got when I was playing through Dark Souls 3, which is like, it's obviously prettier than Dark Souls 3 and it's prettier than Bloodborne, but the feeling remains the same because the art style is similar. It's utilized in a similar way.
And then the question becomes, what's the point?
And it was impressive. It for sure was definitely impressive. It looked pretty damn gorgeous. But I wonder. It makes me wonder. You're the weirdo waiting for the iPad Pro ports once Apple switches to ARM processors. Okay. All right, as somebody who had to sell Apple products for a living for a good long while, I understand people's fervor for Apple. I am forever forever an enemy. I think of that because it was my life for so long, and I've never been an Apple user. I had iPods, and that's about it. Otherwise, Android and PC and everything has been kind of where I've lived here. Apple puts out some impressive technology. It's just a shame that they price gouge as much as they do. Because, I mean, they put stuff out and it's like, dude, that's real shiny. That's real shiny and it looks real sleek. But it's so expensive and it's so constant, you know? Like, the thing that stressed me out most about having to sell Apple stuff was like having to constantly relearn the differences between things like every couple of months. That was the hard part of the job for me. Selling was easy because most of the time if somebody comes in and they want an Apple device, you can't really persuade them not to get one because they know they're either in the ecosystem or they want to be in the ecosystem, and it's like, okay, well, I can tell you that this is better than this and this is why. But then, like, every once in a while they'll do something stupid like take out a headphone jack, and it's like, oh jeez, come on, what are you doing?
You just
Why?
made my job harder.
Or the amount of adapters that you need for almost anything was one of those things that people would get real upset about me for. It's like, man, I'm sorry, I didn't make it. I can tell you what you need, but I'm so sorry. But I'll never have the money, I don't think, for Apple is the thing. If I was in that ecosystem and if I had more money, I would be more of a Apple user, I think. But
if I had that kind of money, I would probably spend it on a better product, like food.
I think, well, I mean, I spend all my money on clothes, so that who am I to
that's
talk,
also
I
a
guess.
better product.
But like, but the other thing that I would say is, wait, I had it. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is my thought. I'm a little too old-minded. I very much dislike working with iTunes, and the thing that always kept me coming back to PC and Android was like, I just want to drop my files in a folder like it's a PC.
Like,
that's all I want.
Just give me an MP3 file. That's all I want.
That's all I'm here for.
Nothing more, nothing less.
I want my cell phone to behave like a small computer, but I want that computer to be a PC. Because I want to be able to change it, and I want to be able to customize it and control it if I see the need to.
Right.
I want to be able to break this if I so choose.
I mean, you can. No amount of Apple jailbreaking can stop you from doing that. Or, Apple walled garden. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm still trying to think of Yao. I'm trying to think of some kind of Yao Guai pun to put in here, and I'm having trouble.
Yao Guai bear. Get it?
No,
Who the fuck are you?
I don't
You
get
are
it.
the one
I'm the guy that
Jocko
does his
planned
job.
to
You must be the other guy.
Blessings of the Father in the cave on you. Daniel is waiting for you.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I don't care much for the Deathclaw Gauntlet, but I think Clancy would totally say this.
I think so,
Asara's
too.
Yaogwai fist is a sacred symbol.
Because I would
Shows
say
you
that.
belong
I
to
want
the
it.
tribe and have willingly undertaken a dangerous quest to aid the
Joel
tribe.
loves the walled garden
Each
so much.
sorrow makes his
You know
own,
what? Fair.
And only after hunting and
I
slaying
can't
a
tell you.
Yaogwai that
I
threatens
can't
our
tell you.
people,
I can't argue
our
with that. You know
shaman,
what I mean?
White Bird oversees the rites. Perhaps if you spoke to him, he would allow you to undertake
You got an
such a
app drawer
quest.
and widgets this week. Turns out 2020 equals 2012.
Then I will look forward to our
Hey,
next
that's great.
meeting.
That's good news. That's
I
real
also,
good news.
I appreciate the double equal sign.
It does.
From one programmer to possibly another? I don't know anybody other than programmers who have to do that.
Everyone in here is smarter than me. I'm used to that feeling. Everybody is
The dead horse has told me details.
I mean,
about
this
the
is
attack
this
on
is
Sarah.
surprising to nobody.
A stranger's sympathy might not count for much.
I'm glad that
What
our
it's
chat
worth.
is so smart.
So, the sorrows will mourn your friends too.
I'm glad that I don't have to be smart because people around me can be smart.
They have sensitive souls,
How's that?
innocent if there is.
That's a life
In
strategy,
spite of
is
what's
what that
happened,
is.
I hope that Joshua and I can help you out of here. But to be frank,
I appreciate smart
we
people.
need your help too.
You know what? That's not even true.
Well,
I
I'll be-
not only do I appreciate
I was
smart
starting to
people,
lose hope we'd be able to
it's
get any of
not
this,
that I'm
much less all of it.
stupid,
Tribals
but
are
I
smart,
appreciate being
well,
able to pretend that I'm stupid.
letting go of a taboo.
I
is difficult.
appreciate not having
So
to
I knew we would have
put
to
in
warn
the
us.
effort to be smart.
Turns
How's
out all it
that?
took was a Gentile.
Yeah?
Or, no offense. These supplies.
You
are
can't
supplies.
argue with that.
I can't.
If we're going to evacuate Zion without drawing more white leg attention, I need you to go back into the valley. Specifically, I need you to scout out some locations for white legs and try to recover a map of Grand Staircase, a wilderness area.
Okay, I think I have it. I
There's
think I've
also a
got
map
an
of the
idea.
roads. We're going to be heading out of the east side of the park, but I'm not sure the way is clear.
Where's the calligraphy
appreciate
pen?
the
Oh, here's the
enthusiasm.
calligraphy pen. I was
There aren't
literally
a lot of
pointing at the
people in
calligraphy
wasteland with
pen.
Kindness to spare for anyone who isn't kin. Since
I-
we've been
I
poking
will
around
say
the
this,
valley,
though.
we might see more activity from the white legs.
I super
One of the Sorrow's
super
hunters,
miss
Waking Cloud,
my
has
iPod
volunteered to help
Touch.
guide you through the valley.
That was a
She has
real
special
cool
talent
device.
for staying out of
And
sight.
it took super good
After this,
photos
it's
back
just a
then.
matter of getting everyone out of here safe and sound. And hopefully you can head back to the Mojave without any more trouble.
It served me well.
Daniel said that I was to travel with you until you have completed your
Why?
slaughter. Is this pleasing
Okay.
to you?
Here we go.
Certainly. We should make haste.
Get our pen here and switch over to ink. And we'll Zune better than iPod video, don't at me. I heard that Zunes were good. My whole experience with Zune was people buying the Zune to get access to, what was it? Was it the Halo 3 demo? Or was it the like the pre
By
it
the
was
rivers
the
of
Halo 3
Babylon,
video
we sat down.
that the Red
Away
versus
we
Blue
went
guys put out.
when we remembered.
I remember that was available on a
Remember, O
Zune,
Lord, the
and
children
I
of
remember
Eden
that being
in the day
weird.
of Jerusalem, who said, "Raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed."
I still
Happy
think
shall
of that
he
like as a
Happy
relatively
morning
recent
thee,
thing, which
thou
it's
hast
super
served
not.
us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones
Okay, Vix.
against
up?
the stones. Do you know
I
what it
have-
means?
I have a new sketch for you. I'm gonna send it your way in
Given
just
those
a
two
moment. I just need
choices,
to save
yes.
it.
In the best of all possible worlds, they would just leave us. in
I need to
peace,
save it and I need to crop
but
it.
they won't. I don't enjoy killing. But
Also,
when
Joel
done
in chat
righteously,
writes,
it's just a
"Yo, the
chore,
iPod Touch was
like
such a
any
dope
other.
device. It was back when Apple was
Practiced
price
hands
sensitive."
Make for short work.
I miss Apple
The
being
good
price
Lord knows
sensitive.
there's much to
I
be
can't
done
lie.
there.
They make some good headphones. I'll say that. Their headphones don't fit my ears very well, especially like.
They're still God's
So
children.
I guess one of the big
they turn
reasons why
against their
I
brothers and
eventually
sisters,
quit
won't listen
using
to
Apple
reason.
headphones
If they
is
pollute the Lord's temple
when I
on
started
earth,
running and started
like
boxing,
Zion,
I needed headphones
who
that
are
would
we
fit
to stand by
in my
from
ears
eternity?
properly and stay there.
Daniel does not yet see
And
things the
they
way
super
we
don't do that.
He is
Apple
the
headphones,
John to our
unfortunately.
Matthew and Mark. When you have
They're
them,
real nice
speak
and
with
they
them.
last a long time.
There may still be time to
But
save Zion from the White Lakes.
They just,
to keep God's children here.
for physical activity, I find them like damn near impossible to work with properly. And that's always the thing that it's going to come down to for me is the reason why I had an iPod and why I didn't have a iPad or anything like that or Mac computers is because music is going to be the big thing for me with those devices. Like the experience of listening to music as opposed to making it. A proper DAW you can work, like you can get FL Studio no problem on a PC, and you know, or you know, Final Tools or Pro Tools or whatever have you. But what you can't do is listen to songs in a non-intrusive and easy way on Mac. I always found that iTunes just gave me so much trouble.
Because everything has to be a service now.
Everything does indeed have to be a service. I'm trying real hard to fight against that in my own ways. All right, you ready? I'm gonna send you another picture.
I'm excited.
It's there you go. It's on Discord now. It's out there in the ether. Whatever happens, I cannot be blamed.
Oh,
You'll notice.
here.
You'll notice that I started drawing a Yao Guai, and then about halfway through, I was like, "This Yao Guai is never gonna look good." So it doesn't look good, but I hope everyone out there can accept it anyway.
Accept it for what it is.
Accept it for what it be. Huh. Humble Bundle can sell Switch games? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
That's interesting. You can't even buy Word anymore? Word is a $9 monthly charge? Oh my god, that sucks!
That's stupid.
That's the worst thing ever! Isn't OpenOffice still a thing, though? Can't you use OpenOffice for
I'm
free?
pretty sure OpenOffice is still a thing.
Hey, shout out to OpenOffice if it's still free. If it's still free and you can still use it, shout out. If it's not free, then no shout out.
None. Shout out.
No
retracted.
shout out. Shout out revoked.
Alright, let's have ourselves a look at this.
I cannot be blamed. Despite being directly responsible, I cannot be blamed.
Is that how it is?
That's how it be. I should also point out, while we're talking about games that look real good and run on old mechanics and everything,
Yeah?
Tony Hawk 1+2 looks real good. Especially for what that game is, it looks real nice. Super Mario Galaxy on Switch will not require motion controls, which is excellent.
Good.
I'm very happy about that. That was one of
Okay.
the reasons.
Here we are.
Yeah. Show us. Allow it to be.
Allow it to be seen. It must
Guai
be
me.
seen.
Guai me. That was the best I could. That's the best pun that I could come up with.
And now that's
Clancy...
going to be there for like 30 minutes.
That's right. I hope everyone is. I hope everybody's ready. I hope everybody's ready to have that be on screen for like an unreasonable amount of time.
Because I'm going to forget that it's there.
I won't.
You this.
I mean,
you'll get used to it and stop noticing it. Until I bring it
gonna,
up.
It'll blend into the background.
No choice.
You know what? I might also... Ooh, I don't know if I can do that. I'm gonna try, though. Let me see if I can do one of these. No. Nope, that's not gonna work.
No?
Nah. I forgot. The robot won't let me do that. Our damn robot.
Our chat moderator bot is a rogue AI. Keep that in mind. Just in case you've forgotten.
Talking about the singularity.
Yeah?
You know what else?
Hmm.
I was gonna say, talking about the music in Tony Hawk is great because unfortunately they did have to get rid of some tracks, but the ones that they added are pretty decent.
I'm glad that they added tracks to make up for it.
Yeah, not all of them are great. Not all of them fit with the tone super well, but I'm a real big fan of Confisco. That's a real good track. That one fits. That one fits well enough for me to be okay with like 2 or 3 other ones that I don't like as much. Here's a headline that I like, and I don't know. I'm not sure whether I like it because it's sad or because it's funny. This is the best Cyberpunk 2077 can look right now. I don't want to click it because that's either... Here's the thing. You write that headline intending to be like, yo, look at these graphics. But then the way that reads is like, well, I guess this is what we've got.
This is as good as it'll ever look.
This is as good as it'll get. What else have we got? Animal Crossing has been updated, which is nice.
Good, good.
Did you ever watch Bill and Ted?
No.
I feel like that's the kind of thing that would either come into your life or pass you by. Oh, here's a way better one. Remember Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal?
I remember the name.
Primal being his new animated series that was like totally silent and or totally dialogueless and otherwise gorgeous and violent.
That's a good pitch.
You remember? Okay, you remember the episodes of Samurai Jack that were all like no dialogue,
like the
and
episode
long
with the
action
blind
sequence.
archers.
Yeah, it
Those
is.
episodes were shit.
That is all of Primal. Primal is a story about a Neanderthal and his friendly dinosaur as they rip a bloody swath through, I guess, the era.
Yeah? Okay, I got something for you to draw. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to draw Clancy uppercutting one of these stupid spore plants in the jaw. Like
Okay.
so.
Alright. I will, I'll get right on that.
Like a full-on Shoryuken. Make it happen.
I don't know that... Oh, there it goes. I will see what I can do for you. I can't promise that it's going to be full body.
See business.
Waist stuff would be fine.
In fact, I can promise that it, in fact, will not be. It will not be full body. Because guess what, everybody? I'm not actually that good at drawing. I don't know if you could tell by the childish illustrations on screen.
Hey, you could
Create.
have fooled me.
That's all I ever do is fool people. I don't actually have talent. Don't tell anybody my secret.
Now that's being an actor.
That's correct. Get the...
And that's a lot of explosives, is what that is.
Get a nice uppercut move in here. Can you do me a favor and pan your camera around? I want to see what your character is wearing here.
The same outfit as before, plus a cowboy hat.
I don't remember what the outfit was.
It was like a leather
okay.
hoodie. Remember?
God, leather hoodies are so weird. Okay.
Oh, he looks unhappy.
I would look unhappy too. Under almost any circumstance.
But especially this one.
Primal is super good, is what we were saying, and Primal is getting more episodes in October.
Cool.
You should check out Primal, Bix. You would actually really, really like it.
I should check out Primal. Because I probably would really like it.
It's absolutely that energy of the dialogue-less episodes of Samurai Jack. Get this hat. Get this hat drawn. I think Gendy Tartakovsky is one of those artists that I'll probably... Or one of those directors, I guess, that I would... I'll follow just about anything that guy puts out.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him put something out that I didn't like.
Season 5 of Samurai Jack?
I liked it. I thought it was fine.
I didn't. I liked it until the end.
I thought the ending was forgettable.
And for
Because
something
I
that's supposed to bring closure, that's kind of a bad thing, don't you think?
I literally forgot the entire ending. I forgot that I had watched the ending of that series. And I say that as somebody who really likes Samurai Jack.
Isn't that kind of terrible?
It's not great. But I think... Oh God, I'm having a real tough time drawing this hat. I don't know why. I think it's just the... It's probably the orientation of this. Okay. There we go. There we go. In my mind, Samurai Jack doesn't have an ending.
Yeah,
and it
we
never
talked
will.
about that. Well, there's the game.
There is the game.
I want to play that, but $40 is too much right now.
I would agree.
For what that game supposedly is, $40 is too much.
I won't spoil anything for you, but I will tell you that it's what you want it to be. Maybe not 100% what you want it to be, but it's money that I think you would have a great time seeing what that game has to offer. It wouldn't be a disappointment.
It's money that could be spent worse.
Yes. And in terms of video games, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Again, that's my big thing with Super Mario 35 is like, I don't know, man. I really want to play it, but $60 for games that I mostly already own. The only game that I would be getting out of that I literally can't play any other way right now would be Galaxy 1. Otherwise, I can play better versions of those games on on Dolphin.
You can't play Galaxy 1?
I mean,
'cause
you
of the
can,
motion
but
controls.
yeah. And that's something that you can work with, but it's so complicated that I would not want to. There we go. Uppercut. And I do want to play those games. I love 64 and I love Sunshine. But man, it's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask because it doesn't seem to be a very good port. You know?
Yeah. It's literally just an emulator.
It is. Which, hey, great, because that means that it's relatively easy to, or I don't know if it's necessarily easy, but it is at least possible and being done that you can emulate N64 games properly on the Switch. Which is great, but who knows, right?
Who knows?
Yeah, there we go. It's about the size of it. What are we wearing on our fists?
Brass knuckles. Spiked knuckles.
Okay. Good enough.
Just draw some lines coming at him if you gotta.
Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of detail up at the top of the frame here. Here we go. What does his sleeve look like? How pulled up is the sleeve?
Just under the just under the elbow.
Okay.
For the right hand. No, for both of them. Actually, I don't. That's not right. That's not right at all.
Oh, it looks like it's down to the forearm.
Yeah. But also, take a look at the left arm. That ain't right.
No, it's fine though.
Is it?
He's Rayman.
Okay.
This is the Rayman sequel that we've been waiting for.
That we always wanted but never deserved.
What's with the I thought we had like a 5 o'clock shadow thing going on and not a goatee.
That's the thing with this game, is that your character always ends up looking different.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is not what we chose at the beginning.
No, it is not. I guess I've gotta edit this this facial hair. He just looks like he's way into Real Big Fish. Apologies to anybody out there in the audience who's into Real Big Fish. Oh, Bethesda, writes Joel. Never change. I'm hoping that Elder Scrolls 6 is a buggy nightmare. Playable, but definitely buggy. Man, I can't get behind that. I want that game to just be good, and it's not gonna be good. I want Elder Scrolls to come out and be like a polished experience, and it's fucking never gonna be one.
Alright, I'm changing our hat again.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not gonna change in the picture because we are already uppercutting that plant.
That's fair.
But next time it will
never
be.
mind. This looks fucking horrible.
Oh, that does look bad.
Going back.
You look like the dude from Grease 2. If it's entertainingly buggy game. That's what I hope for. I hope it's an entertainingly buggy game. I hope that it's not what they've been putting out with like not New Vegas, with 76 and that kind of stuff.
76 isn't even bad because of the bugs.
Although it's bad without the bugs, with the bugs, it's terrible, and you should never put it on your computer. What's the name of that enemy? Plant.
Something spore plant, I guess.
Spore plant. Okay. I just wrote plant, and it came up with the right thing. I wrote plant, honest hearts, and it came up.
Good.
Definitely not Dekubabas. Assuredly not Dekubabas.
That is a dense assortment of waypoints. I wonder what that's about.
I don't know. Gotta find out.
Gotta find out. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
What about you, Joel? What's your favorite of the? I think we talked about this. What's your favorite of the? Oh God, of the Bethesda RPGs? Because I'm personally very partial to Oblivion. Oblivion will probably always still be my favorite one of those.
Why do like 3 fucking Yao guys come out? What the fuck, man?
I don't know. The game just is not a fan of you right now. It's not big on the energy you're putting out there. Oblivion? Oblivion's rad. Yeah, absolutely. I still have the most memories with Oblivion to this day. I still really like how painterly the art style looks. It's a very pretty game. Like, despite being, you know, aside from the facial models, which are not, the facial models are just hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But the environment in that game is very pretty to look at.
Bad news. I'm out of stim packs completely.
Oh, that is bad news. Daniel, if you pass the speech check, I remember he sells stuff.
Yeah. Is it a speech check or like a medicine check?
I don't remember. Let's check. Let's check about this check. Honest Hearts, Daniel. Oh, Danny boy. The pipes are calling. Let's see what we've got here. With a barter check of 50 or a speech check of 65, you can convince him to trade medical supplies.
That ain't fucking happening. Tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm. Aside from him, looks like it's just Joshua or what you can pick up in the environment.
I'll fight you if I must.
Yeah, okay, here. Gonna get some... Yeah. We'll get some of this going. 100% Oblivion. The way it's stylized makes it timeless. Quests are playful and creative. And I don't like the pull towards grimdark we've been seeing in fantasy in all mediums. Yep. I can agree with that. Like, okay, so the thing about Oblivion is that it totally does have some grimdark moments in it, right? But for the most part, it is still high fantasy. It's high fantasy, but still subversive. Whereas, like your Game of Thrones and everything, the popularity of Game of Thrones has definitely shifted everybody towards a much darker atmosphere. And dark is fine. It's just been so ever present, or omnipresent, that it's difficult to be into fantasy in that way.
It never goes away.
I like it when it's done well, but I like it when it's subversive. It only works for me if the majority of work being put out is still not that way. If the majority of fantasy is still like fantastical and generally upbeat, then I think it works pretty well. But if everything being put out is equally dark, it becomes difficult to properly care.
And I think the same could be said of all art, really. Is that if it's the same as something else, who cares?
Move on. I don't like to linger in this.
Well, you know, variety is the spice of life.
Exactly.
There needs to be... For your thing to have impact as a subversive medium, it needs to subvert. If it's not subverting, if it's just following convention, then it's the same as everything else. And thus, the impact is lost. There is no impact at that point.
Exactly.
Okay, now how exactly am I going to do... Oh, here it is. Okay, this is the color I'm looking for. This is vaguely the color I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. I'm trying to find like a peach coloring for this. It's not exactly the same tone, but it's close enough. Close enough for the purposes at hand. Also, I agree with you, Joel. That's pretty much my taste as well. A Dark Souls works really, really well alongside a Lord of the Rings. A Dark Souls doesn't work quite as well against, say, a Witcher. But in a vacuum, Witcher and Dark Souls are still great. Lord of the Rings is still great. A lot of it does have to do, I think, with just how these things play off of each other. Get some shading going here. We're almost done. I actually really like drawing this Deku Baba type dude. He's just very silly and very simple. And now, we need some shading for the eyes. How are things going over on your end, Vix?
Troubling. Getting our asses kicked.
That's unfortunate. I don't like to hear that.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
What if I told you that I believed in you? How would that would that affect your progress in any way?
I won't say that it will, but I also won't say that it won't.
I'm gonna put my hands up in a Genki Dama spirit bomb fashion, and I'm gonna try to give you some of the Earth's energy. People of Earth, even if you don't believe, please try to believe.